And I believe we are live. I am tired, but it is all good. Oh snap, phone went off. Alright, hello, and welcome to Zenith Online Racing. It is Tier 2 here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, as it's the TD going out on track first. Around the Hungarian, 14 corners out here in this track. A very heavy downforce track. As we're going to be on board with the TD. 11 cars out here tonight. Not enough people wanted to show up. And it's Hungary, to be fair. Not much of a really overtaking track. And I believe it is 30 something laps as well. Very technical track. Full of medium and slow speed corners. And long speed corners as well. Should be interesting how the Tier 2 drivers get on with it. I gotta put my phone on mute or something. As the TD will be going across the long right-hander into a bit of a swiggle at the end of the long right-hander, and it's gonna ruin his run down the straight. But he's gonna begin his lap as we're heading into turn 1 now. A bit tricky to get down on the power, but he does it correctly. Into turn 3, I believe. I don't know anymore. Into turn 4. I lost count. He's completed sector 1. Don't go wide through turn 5, 6, something. I don't know. He's right on the limit though. Going to the chicane now. You want to use as much track as possible on this because it's just, you need to get early on the throttle to just get the speed down. As he is 57 currently. Going to the sector 2 line. There's yellow flags being waved in sector 2. Seems it has been cleared. As the TD has not even turned on the battery for the entire lap, so it looks like he's turned it on now. So he must have forgotten that first run, but it's a 20.6 for his first run. On board with Toblerone, currently on a minute 10. He might have had a mistake there somewhere. Yeah, he has. He's gone into the pits. As Vano is on his out lap, but Spotted Triple is... Loco is coming to the end of his lap, actually. So Loco P1 20.3. Spotted Triple is 117.2. As he puts himself on provisional pole, as the Williams behind of Gord Sauce goes into P2. 17.4. Not far off the pace of Spotted Triples here, as the Red Bull GP Colin 118.6 puts himself into P3. Private Jetju in the Alfa Romeo coming towards the line, heading out of turn 14 now, and he'll be crossing the line for a 118.1 beats GP Colin by 5/10. As the TD is going for another run here, and he goes P4 118.4 beats GP Colin as Villeneuve is on his lap. As he goes deep into turn 1, trying to get a better exit onto the second DRS zone. I need a drink, that's what I need. As he's going to approach the end of sector 1 now, into the fast left-hander. Can't go a bit wide there, or else he'll be invalidated. Can't touch the curve very much for this. turn, or else you could spin. It's turn 5, I believe. Or 6. I'm gonna check right now, actually. Let me fact check this real quick. Goes a bit wide. Okay, there's 14 corners. Alright, cool. I am correct. I am such a smart individual. Heading into turn 14 now for Villeneuve. We have Wario in the chat, okay. As Villeneuve 119.7. We all love the video games. It's a shame that they're pretty garbage right now, as most drivers are going to have completed their first runs. It is Spiral Triple is currently on provisional pole with a 117.2. I believe Tier 1 had a 115.9, if I remember correctly, set by Janet. As GP Colin is running out of fuel. I believe Vanel has completed a lap, actually, 118.8. I might have missed that. Villeneuve is purple sector 2 right now. He will complete this lap. Into turn 14 he goes. Where would the Haas driver go? Currently P7. Stays in P7 but with a 2/10 improvement. Goes on the grass. Cools the tires down. Vanel has spun around. Toblerone is on a lap right now. On board with him. Number 26 in the Haas. Heading to turn 3. And turn 4. No, this is turn 4 up ahead. Now turn 4. It is purple sector 1 for Toblerone. Into turn 5. And heading into the chicane now. Clobbers the curb, but gets on the power nice and early. Gets the car rotating in nicely on the curb, on the limit. Stays 6th gear through here. And he does it just fine. It's purple sector 2 for Toblerone here. Only a few more corners to go. 2 long corners. As his teammate goes into the pits, into turn 14, goes Toblerone. Is this going to be challenging for pole? Yes, it is. To 117 flat, 2/10 faster than Spiral Triples, who's on his lap right now. On board with him, he is half a tenth down, and it looks like he's going to invalidate. Yes, he is. That's his tire set ruin. Soy Loco currently 2 seconds up on his time. It goes up to P4, 117.7. Puts himself into P4 as Gourd Sauce is going to put himself on a flying run. On board with him. As I believe Private Jetju is also starting his lap. Gourd Sauce is usually a quick driver on these parts. Currently sitting in P3, not far off provisional pole. Almost invalidates the track, but he is slightly up on his time. Takes a very odd line through turn 5, but he keeps it valid, so keep it pushing. Into the chicane we go. Out on exit. Needs to get the car rotated nice and early and nice and smooth through here. And he does just that. Into the long right-hander. Very tight corner he did. Very tight line. It's only a 1/4 of a tenth up. And he's got one more corner to go here. turn 14. He's going to clobber the curb, and he's going to go half a tenth faster, 117.3. Not enough to put himself on the front row. So he's going to have to go into the pits and try to improve on that, as Private Jet Jew, 117.2. Big improvement, goes onto the front of the second row into P3. Beats Gourd Sauce by a tenth. As the GP Colin will be starting his run, we're going to go on board with him. Of course, they're in real life. Red Bull took second place, actually. It was a Mercedes who got pole last time out, George Russell. GP's had a mixed bag of a season with a couple good finishes, including a podium. Other than that, it's fine and dandy season for him. GP's 2 tenths up on his lap right now as he enters the chicane. Takes a lot of curb. Tries to get the car nice rotated. Yes, he does. On the power nice and early. Does he go shift onto 5th? No, he doesn't. He keeps it into 6th. He's a 4 tenths up on his lap. This could be good enough for P7. Needs to find a bit more time on these final 2 corners. As he's entering turn 14 now. 5th gear for GP. As he's going to go across the line now to 117.6. Just enough for P7. And 2 tenths off Soy Loco in P6. Soy Loco is going to be ready to start his run with 5 minutes left on the clock. As he's going to go start his run. Looking like a real tidy lap so far from the first 3 corners. Into turn 4 now and crossing the first sector to 1 line. He is a 10th up. And takes a really nice line through turn 4 and 5 here. Going through the chicane now. Again, really nice line. It's almost loses the car on the 90-degree corners. Not 90 degree, but angular 90 degrees. I don't know. He's 2 tenths up still. This could bring him close to 5th place. He needs a bit more improvement on this final sector in turn 13 and turn 14. And it's not going to be enough. He's going to go into the pits. Forfeits the lap. Vano currently on a lap, I believe. Oh, he's going completely off. And invalidates the lap as well. So that's not good for the McLaren driver. Went in too hot. Gonna get the car slowed down enough. As Joe Villeneuve, Villeneuve actually. Currently at 10th up on his lap. Currently sitting last of the time setters. But can he improve? He can by 2 tenths. Goes up to, he remains in P10. As Wreck Diver's going to be setting a lap soon. High tower. I don't know if he's on a lap. He is on very low battery. He's not. He's a 10th. He's a second down. I'm gonna go board with Wreck Diver here. Currently setting his first time lap, and keeps the lap valid. I don't know how he did, but definitely left the track there. He is pushing the car very nicely. As Soy Loco has retired, as they're spinning as well. The McLaren has been he's had a moment as the Mercedes of Soy Loco has crashed into the barriers of turn 4. That's an unfortunate ending for the Mercedes. We're going to be continuing with Wreck Diver, as Joe Villeneuve is also Villeneuve is retired in the pit lane, I believe, or yeah, he's retired in the pit lane. As Wreck Diver goes up to P9, 118.6. Toblerone and Spotted Triples are currently out on track. With 1 minute left in the session. Hightower's retired. He's going to be settling for that P4. As it's going to be Spotted Triples going for his final hunt for pole position. As his McLaren teammate is doing donuts in the front straight, he gets out of the way for Toblerone, as he's going to be getting his final charge of the final qualifying runs. We're going to be on board with Spotted Triples. He needs a 2/10 improvement at least to have a chance at provisional pole. He's going to find the time in Sector 2 mostly. He's a 10th down right now. It's Private Jetju sneaks his way into provisional pole, 1:16.9. A stunning lap from the Alfa Romeo driver. I was not expecting that, as Spotted Triples now sits in P3. He needs more of an improvement now. Try to challenge that provisional pole as qualifying has ended. Spotted Triples only a half a tenth up or down on his time. It's not improving right now. He needs big time gained on this final corner of turn 14. I don't know how Toblerone is doing. Gordsauce has found himself in P3, I believe. Yeah, he has this Spotted Triples. He does find 2/10. He does beat Toblerone, but Toblerone is 2/10 up himself, as Toblerone does get that provisional pole. 1:16.7 for the Haas driver. Private Jetju, great late effort, but it's just short of pole. Spotted Triples P3, Gordsauce P4. The TD, is he on a lap? He might run out of fuel. He's gonna run out of battery, that's what he's gonna do. It looks like he's not gonna improve on that lap. So that's your grid for tonight. I need a drink. Huh. I'm about to ask this bot if who's gonna win the NBA Finals. It didn't know. This bot didn't know who's gonna win the NBA Finals. And he's not rooting for anybody. How do I... I'm gonna cuss this AI out. Bro, alright. Big Toblerone and pole position, 10th and a half clear of Private Jetchu, who will line up alongside on the front row. Spot of Triples P3, Gordsauce P4, Hightower P5, the TD P6, Soy Loco P7, GP Colin P8, Wreck Diver P9, Vano and P10, sorry, and Villeneuve and P11. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 Americans and 5 Canadians out there on track, and 1 international. Alright, this is a great opportunity to get a drink. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. I got a drink and I got chips. Let's go. It's Joe. I got kiwi strawberry Arizona. Woo! Comment what's your favorite Arizona flavor, and I'll judge you, as we're being carefully stalked by the pit crews. It's always fun. Actually, there's like a couple of them missing over in the far left. I don't know which ones they are. AlphaTauri Alpine and Aston looks like probably are missing. Probably, I don't know. I'm not smart. So we're just waiting on everybody. And there we go. 30 seconds left until we get this race started. I have popcorners. I have popcorners right there, like on my table. The reason why I bought them is because I saw a Breaking Bad ad of the popcorners. Honestly, the greatest ad I've ever seen. But as we're gonna get underway with the formation lap, Toblerone's gonna be starting on the hard tires here. As Private Jetchu on the mediums, Spot of Triples on the mediums, Gortas on the hards, Hightower on the hards, and a big gap towards the mediums for Villeneuve on the hards. So very mixed strategy options out there tonight. Everyone will be looking for the one stop. The medium runners could be looking for a 2-stop maybe for like a potential safety car. If there is a potential safety car, it could ruin the hard runners. But we'll see what happens. And Tier 1 we had no safety cars. I don't know what's it gonna be for Tier 2. Alright, screw it. I'm popping this Arizona. All natural. Alright, it's over. Damn, that's good. Arizona gotta sponsor us or something. As we're going to be lining up on the grid for the start of the race. Hopefully everybody got their tire temperatures. The squad triples has been disqualified. There's a Red Bull around. I believe that is GP Colin. Don't get beached, sir. Get that car turned around. We're going to be ready to go racing once again. In Tier 2, it's 5 red lights. As a Tollerone gets a drive-through penalty, as lights out and away we go. Tollerone's already gone. Private Jetchu will be leading the field then. As it's a great start for Gortsas on the hard tires, actually. Trying to get down the inside of Spot Triple. Spot Triple has to run wide. Gortsas moves up to P3. Private Jetchu holds on to that P2. As a movement in the back, Vano moving up on High Tower. High Tower trying to get back at him, but it's not going to happen. GP Collins gone down a couple positions. The TD has also dropped. The wreck diver moving his way up. Oh, and Private Jetchu has a moment. Drops down 2 positions. There's a Mercedes on his left. Into the chicane, and Private Jetchu just stays ahead of the Mercedes. A fat mistake that cost him 2 positions in the span of 1 corner. As Toblerone, the race leader and the pole sitter, makes a very, very unusual mistake of getting a drive-through penalty by jumping the race start. So Gortsas currently leading the field. Well, not really, but he is the one going to be on the lead lap, and he's going to take eventually. He's going to take eventually the leaded race. Can't English right now. Holy hell! Is everybody still staying fairly close to each other? As my voice is dying. As the yellow flag's being waved, Toblerone, he's left the session, and he spun. He just straight up, he spun and just left. That is, well, that's a weekend, alright. Put on pole and then spun after 1 lap and just left. Alright, well, Gortsas is your new race leader on the hard tires with a bunch of angry medium runners behind. And GP. All sort of still within that 1 second gap. As DRS will be active this lap. Spot triples Private Jetchu with fast lap 121.078. As DRS gets enabled for the first time this race. Private Jetchu has fallen off a bit. He is using plenty of the battery though. Gortsas trying to stay cool and keep lead of the race as Toblerone's AI is going to be serving his drive-through. And just 20 seconds behind the race lead. As there's movement back here, Vano's had a spin. Doesn't look like there's wing damage, side pod damage, or rear wing damage. He's just had a spin at turn 4. Unlucky for him as everybody behind him moves up. As GP Colin gets a 3-second time penalty, and Vano has another moment at the chicane. GP 3 laps in, and already a 3-second time penalty given for the Red Bull. Not what he needs tonight. As there's a train starting to form here between 5th and 1st. I don't know what the plan is for Spot up here. He is on the faster rubber, but he kind of needs to get past. His tires are going to die faster. As Vano has had another moment and it's just falling behind Talbarone, who was 20 seconds back, mind you. So that's some gap he's fallen. Spot triples. Still sitting behind Gordon Sauce. He might look for a move on the front straight, on the back-to-back DRS zones. He makes the most time in Sector 2 because of the medium tire advantage, but Gordon Sauce is keeping his cool. In the lead on the hards. Indeed, this is crazy. So, Spot triples. Slight weaving on the straight. Only one defensive move allowed from the lead car. Spot triples not going to be able to make his way past Gord Sauce right up the rear wing of the Williams though, but can he get a better run out of turn 1? Around the outside potentially. Almost rubbing the tires. And he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to sit behind for one more lap. Private Jetju watches with envy behind with Soy Loco and Wreck Diver. As a Private Jetju goes a bit wide, that could be a track limit warning. Spot triples has drained the battery very much to try to overtake Gord Sauce, but it's not pulled off here. So he's going to have to remain as cool and just keep his temper in check. He can't afford any dumb decisions. He is on a different strategy than Gord Sauce. He is battling the drivers behind us. There's yellow flags being waved. Vano, the McLaren, has spun at turn 5. He keeps it going, but he is fairly off now. The race, yeah. As Spot Triple still unable to make a way past Gord Sauce. Gord Sauce just draining the battery just to stay ahead, and he's done it quite well. As Villeneuve gets past GP around the outside, actually. GP unable to fight it back. He's going to let that position up. Wreck Diver's had his moment. He spun. I was drinking my Arizona. Wreck Divers spun at the turn 5 curves, and it's cost him dearly. He was on that lead pack, and now he's falling behind TD. Oh, and so Locals also had a moment, hitting the curb too much out of turn 10. Oh, 11, sorry. And he's now falling down to P9. And he's actually had another spin. The tires got too hot. He didn't let him cool down enough. And now he's miles off the pace. Not off the pace, but off GP column now. GP moves up to P9. So Loco trying to get those tires cooled down. Meanwhile, Swallow Triple still hasn't found his way past Gord Sauce, and he's now run out of battery here. And kind of needs to regen that battery. Gord Sauce is currently having a commanding race. All under control, really. turn 6 and 7. Oh, my cat woke up. Oh my god, no. Don't you touch my apples, cat. Ugh. Go there. Alright. Back to commentate. No! Stop it. Leave my apples alone. Spot triples draining the battery to try to get past Gourd Sauce here. Down the inside he goes. It's a bit of a send, but he's not going to get to do it. Oh, he has a moment. Private Jetchu might have to capitalize, but he doesn't. Spot triples too early on the power. Loses that DRS to Gourd Sauce. Could have been dirty air, could have been too much throttle, but he's lost the time, and now he has to gain it right back. Now Private Jetchu trying to pressure on, trying to stay on that DRS range. Okay. Oh snap. You're one big cat, dude. Holy hell. Private Jetchu looks like he will stay in that DRS, but Spot Triples unable to close the gap to Gourd Sauce enough to get the DRS. Meanwhile, the TD currently leading this train of 4th, 5th, and 6th. As there's yellow flags once again. Vano is having a nightmare of a race. Poor guy. At least he'll finish ahead Toblerone. He'll probably get disqualified because he didn't complete 90% of the race. As Right Diver trying to put some pressure on the TD in the Williams. But still no dice. And Private Jetchu is actually extremely falling off. The Spot Triples just immediately got back into DRS. So he's immediately proved me wrong. But those tires had to start falling off by now. Tire range should be around lap 15 for the medium runners. Lap 15 higher for the hards. Lap 20 probably. Lap 20 the earliest you could box as Wreck Diver makes his way past the TD. The TD is not going to let this up. They're going to go side by side even without the DRS. The TD is just going to try to battle this, and he might have to give this one up. Wreck Diver gets the better line, and he moves up into P4, making it an Alpha 3-4. That's bars. Four seconds off his teammate. Sees him going past the chicane. As the TD will have to try to hang on with Wreck Diver. As Toblerone and Wreck Divers made the most positions. Villeneuve up 4. Yellow flags being waved. Sweat Locos had an off at the right after the chicane. It's just you can't get those tires cooled down. That's the problem here for him. Spot Triples 1 second out of the DRS range of Gourd Sauce. Gourd Sauce is just leading this pack. And he's living in it. Living in comfort. As the TD trying to fight back on Wreck Diver. Alpha versus Williams. No, not my phone, don't scratch it. Oh my god. As Hightower is currently just watching this battle trying to ensue. As Villeneuve and GP currently battling it out. With GP still with that 3 seconds. Won't be removed, I doubt. Spot triples in the DRS. Will he get it? Yes, he will. You put yourself in the worst possible spot. Jeez, it's a cat, bro. Oh, yellow flags. The TD has had a moment, and Vano also has had a moment. He's spun around at turn 5. And he looks like he might get lapped now. The TD drops behind Hightower here. Oh my god. This cat. As blue flags are being waved for Vano to get out of the way, it's the leader's going past. Oh, he got out of the way alright. As he spins around. And he's been lapped at lap 12 here. Swallow Triple's trying his best to hang on to Gourd Sauce, but the mediums are starting to fall off a significant amount. As Vano's made his way into the pits, actually. Is this where he retires? Or he goes for a pit stop? A massive undercut here for Vano. See if it pays off. Swallow Triple is just unable to hang on to Gourd Sauce on the hards. This looks like it's starting to become Gourd Sauce's to lose. He's going to be on the better tire at the end of the stint. I'll also be concerned about fuel right now. Does not look like the safety car is coming, and Gourd Sauce only has 0.4 left in the tank. Speaking of pit stops, Private Jetju will be your first one to be entering the pit. 0.12 on his fuel. MFD. Hard tires going on for the Alfa Romeo driver. Very nice overalls from the Alfa Romeo boys. As he's going to go drop down to P8. He's going to try to attempt the undercut. He's going to try to get those tires warmed up any way he can. He does have clean air, 5 seconds of it. I don't know how Spot of Triples and Wreck Diver are going to react to that. Will they box this lap to try not to get undercut? Let's see. Spot triples into the pits. He's going to react to that undercut attempt from Private Jetju into the pits. Squirt sauce. Wreck Diver stays out. The TD will come into the pits as well, joining Spot triples. Hard tires going on for the McLaren. TD into the pits. GP Collins stays out. Soy Loco yet to reach the pit entry. Will stay out. TD will be exiting the pits in P8. Private Jetju not a million miles off Spot Triple, sorry. And Spot Triples does have traffic though. And needs to get those tires warmed up ASAP. Wreck Diver into the pits. GP continues to stay on those mediums. Private Jetju with the fastest lap of the race. And he comes behind his, was he already behind his teammate? I don't know, but he is. Wreck Diver trying to get those tires warmed up as soon as he can. There you go. Spot Triple is right behind the gearbox of GP Collins. TD gets a time penalty. Gord Sauce is just all alone. Hightower is also all alone. But Villeneuve and GP Collins, they're not alone. Spot Triple is trying to find his way past. He has more battery than GP and Villeneuve. He needs to get past GP as soon as he can, preferably on this main straight. GP will be defending this. Yellow flags, Vano's spun around. Down the inside goes Spot Triples. Soy Locos into the pits. And it's an error from GP. And he's put Spot Triples in the wall. He's brought him with him. And he almost hits Wreck Diver GP Collins with a massive and unusual mistake. It's the pressure from the cars around him that just caused GP to just make a sudden mistake. And might have brought damage to Spot Triples. I mean, none are visible, but it could have damage. As even worse, Wreck Diver got past scot-free and is right on the gearbox of Spot Triples. It's even more yellow flags. Looks like Vano once again. He's been lapped by the car in last place. As the GP might have to box. No, he's not. Is damage even on? Vano is just doing donuts at this point. Sorry, mate. Spot Triples needs to pull away from Wreck Diver here. GP Colin going side by side with Private Jetju. GP Colin out of battery. He's going to try to squeeze down the inside. He goes all the way around the outside. GP Collins trying to keep this P6 to himself, and he does just that. Great defending from GP that time. Arvalion. GP remains in P6. Private Jetju will have to hold on for that P7 a little while longer, as Spot Triples now has to overtake Villeneuve here for the podium position. And he does have Wreck Diver still pressuring him on behind. What's he doing? Where's this cat go? Villeneuve going a bit deep there at turn 14. He's going to get, Spot Triple's going to get a great run on him, as Wreck Diver's getting the fastest lap of the race. Spot Triples will try to overtake down the inside. And he's going to get a way better run on exit. He's going to do just that. He's also Villeneuve's just going to let Wreck Diver through. Private Jetju is going to overtake GP Collin here. And GP is not going to be able to do much else to defend that fully through, as Spot Triple is making an overtake, but Wreck Diver just swoops in and joins him with that overtake. Scored sauce. Currently cruising. Hightower also just driving his own race. Meanwhile, behind Spot Triples and Wreck Diver pushing their hard tires to try to catch up to the leaders who are waiting for their impending pit stop. Entering lap 20 now of 35. 16 laps to go. What is my cat doing? What's he scratching on there? What the heck? Spot Triples 23 seconds behind Gourd Sauce. It is going down. Villeneuve going into the pits now, getting off those 19 lap old hards, and we'll be switching on for the medium tires. Medium tires going on for Villeneuve. As Gortas finally makes his way into the pits after 20 laps on those tires. He'll be coming into the pits for his pit stop. Hightower will be staying out for one more lap, but medium tires will be going on for the Williams. Finally, some fresh rubber, as we're going to be on board watching Wreck Diver We actually got past spotted triples. I must have missed that. I did miss that because I didn't see it. It's, as gourd sauce has come out ahead on the fresher rubber. The undercut has completely failed for these two. As yeah, they missed out. Gourd sauce on the mediums and 5 times behind Hightower. And gourd sauce goes a bit deep and probably gets a track limit warning for that. Yellow flags again. Vano has done a Max Verstappen spin. With almost a full battery, gourd sauce is just going to try to fly his way past Hightower, where it's actually not going to even be needed as Hightower ducks into the pits for the Scuderia, getting out those 21 old lap hards, and probably will be overtaken by 3 cars. Oh my god, what is this cat doing? Alrighty. As Hightower exiting in P7, the TD gets ahead. GP Collins still yet to box, and he's on those 22 lap old mediums. At what point are they just going to blow up and give up on him? Who knows, but Vano's just been lapped a second time, I believe. And Gourd Sauce is now going to fly away from Wreck Diver on those very, very fresh mediums. Fastest lap for Gourd Sauce, 19.2. For the Williams, he's just going to be absolutely flying from now on. I'm feeling some Portillos right now. Could really go for some Portillos. Is there any NBA games going on? There's going to be a battle going on here. P6 and P5 on the line. GP. Oh, let's go. Grizzlies are up against the Lakers. Let's go. It's over. The TD trying to find a way past GP Collin, and then Hightower on those fresh mediums will be trying to find a way past the TD and GP. GP still hasn't boxed, even on those 23 lap old mediums. Holy hell. Put those tires out of its misery. The TD won't be able to overtake into turn 1. And will not get a better run than GP into turn 3 as there's a yellow flag. As Tano, he's had another spin. I don't even know anymore. He's had an absolute nightmare of a race. That's TD trying to find a way past GP, and it's none is happening for the man. Nothing. It gets all over the curve. All shaky in the steering as well. GP's gonna just remain in P5 right now. He should be entering the puncture territory now on those mediums. He knows that very well, but he's gonna choose to stay out. Stevano's spun again. It's over. The TD will be draining the entire battery to try to get past them around the outside of GP Collins. And that's exactly what's going to happen. GP is going to try to fight it around the outside, but no, it's just not going to happen on those 25 lap old mediums. It was a good effort, but it's not going to happen for GP as Vano is finally retired from the session. He's called it quits after so many spins. And he's going to be ending his race tonight. As Hightower wanting to get past GP as well, but he can't send it into the chicane. He's being held up. As GP finally enters the pits after 25 laps on those mediums. GP enters the pits for the soft compound tires? I don't even know. He stayed out for so long that Villeneuve didn't even have to undercut him. He's actually lost so much time to Villeneuve that he got overcut. But it doesn't matter. He got his screen time. And now I don't know. I'm gonna be on board with Hightower. Only a few laps left in this race. It has been a quiet one. But at least I didn't have to kill my voice for this race. Hightower pressuring the TD here. The TD does have a penalty though. Oh, so Loco gets a 3-second time penalty. So now he doesn't have an advantage over GP. Or even now. DRS will be on for Hightower. Can he try to get his way past the TD? This is catching pretty rapidly Wow, that was pretty quick. Down the inside he goes. The Ferrari. The switchback for TD. Can he get it done? They'll be going side by side into turn 2. And not enough space for the TD to go side by side into turn 3, and he had to let that position go. Hightower to P5. Scar Jetcher gets a time penalty, currently 13 seconds ahead of Hightower. Only 6 laps to go. Vano has left. We're going to go on board with the closest battle on track. GP versus Soy Loco. Oh! Gortsas has had a spin. Gortsas was miles ahead in the lead. He just dropped down to P3. Rackdiver takes the lead of the race. I wasn't even expecting that. Holy hell, thank God I was looking at my mini-map. Gortsas has had a catastrophic of an error, and he's dropped down behind Spot Triples and Rackdiver to just go down to P3. I'm currently opening a box, hold on. Alright, there we go. Got it open. Alrighty. It's game on, fellas. Gortsas will have 5 laps to try to pass both Rackdiver and Spot Triples to regain that lead of the race that he was holding on for so long. He had it for a good while before that error came in. Alright, dang, that. So we have a real battle on our hands now. Gortsas, obviously on those 9-lap-old mediums now. Should be as even as those old hards now. Crowd cheering the cars on as Gortsas gets past Spot Triples pretty easily. And it's now 4 seconds in front to the Alfa Romeo Rackdiver. I cannot believe what he's going to be feeling right now. Because, oh boy. That is an unusual mistake for a driver that high of a caliber. As the TD, oh no, who's had it off? Oh, GP's had it off. As Villeneuve and TD are currently battling side by side for P6. And Villeneuve with a great move. Great switchback to take the position from the TD. Goes off track for it though, but Soy Loco's also had a spin. So him and GP both spinning at the same time. As the gap is reduced to 3.8. He's not closing fast enough to try to keep the race win here. trying to put this case back on where it was, but it's not letting me. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Why is this not working, bro? What the hell? Lap 34 of 35 now. Oh my god, this phone case sucks. Force sauce is just not gaining enough. Jeez, that makes an awful noise. There you go. Wreck diver going to be entering the final corner to enter the final lap of the race. Lap 35 coming right up. 2.9 gap between him and Gortsas. Gortsas was leading this race by some margin, and now he's fallen out of P1 into P2, or P3 and then P2. That's one sector down for Gortsas or Wreck Diver. Two more sectors for Wreck Diver to hold on to, as the TD and Villeneuve are apparently still battling it out on track. We'll be going back to that later. That's sector 2 complete for Wreck Diver. Only one more sector to go here around the Hungary ring. It's going to be a great drive of consistency for Wreck Diver as he enters and exits the final corner. Wreck Diver will win at Hungary. Gortsas will be finishing P2, 2.3 seconds behind. Frustrated result. Spot of triples will finish P3 on the podium. Private Jetju, we're going to be waiting for him to cross the line shortly. Hightower will be looking like he'll be finishing P5. And he does just that. Private Jetju will be finishing P4. Hightower entering turn 14. He'll be finishing P5 as the TD and Villeneuve have ended their scrap. As TD goes onto the pits actually. And he's gonna let up that position to Villeneuve. The TD drops down to P7. Sure. He actually drops down behind Toblerone as well. So Loco was having a good race, and then it all went downhill. He'll be finishing P9, and GP Cullen, with a gamble of a strategy that unfortunately just didn't pay off. GP would be finishing in the points at least in P10. Alrighty. Wreck Diver wins at Hungary. Gortsos P2. Spot Triples P3. Private Jetchu P4. Hightower P5. P6 goes to Villeneuve. P7 to Toblerone. He'll be more likely disqualified for him exiting at lap 2. The TD P8. Soy Loco P9. GP Colin P10. Ivano with an absolute shocker of a race. And P11 and the only DNF. That's been the Hungarian Grand Prix here for Tier 2. I hope you enjoyed. There were some good battles and overall some drama. But I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. And we'll see you in F2. I believe we'll be racing. I don't know what track, but they'll be racing F2 on Thursday tomorrow. I'll check. I think they'll be racing around I don't know. Suzuka? No, where the hell? I don't know. No, Baku. Yeah, they'll be racing around Baku. Alrighty. See you next time. Thanks for watching.